The maritime environment surrounding the Philippines is changing faster than at any point in the past 3 decades, and the country's ability to operate in the littorals is becoming the core of its national defense strategy. As tensions in the West Philippine Sea intensify and gray zone coercion becomes more persistent, Manila is moving toward a more proactive and survival-oriented approach to coastal security. The introduction of the Fast Attack Interdiction Craft with missiles represents one of the most meaningful shifts in this trajectory. The Philippines is not attempting to compete with major powers through frigates, destroyers, or long-range strike fleets. Instead, it is shaping a naval concept built around dispersion, speed, and rapid lethality in shallow waters. This fleet is meant to deny access, protect island chains, and impose risks on potential intruders, especially in areas where larger warships cannot maneuver with confidence. The Fast Attack Interdiction Craft with Missiles program is rooted in cooperation with Israel and represents a variant that draws heavily from the Shaldag 5 lineage. The design emphasizes high-speed, low-signature combat close to the coastline, prioritizing maneuverability and responsiveness over heavy displacement. With a displacement of roughly 100 tons, these vessels can exceed 40 knots, making them among the fastest armed platforms in the region. Their operational range, typically between 1,000 and 1,500 kilometers depending on configuration, is matched with a weapons loadout that includes the Spike NLOS missile system. This provides a practical engagement range of 25 to 32 kilometers, allowing the vessel to strike from behind islands or coastal cover. A remote-controlled 30mm cannon forms the secondary armament, integrated with sensors optimized to detect fast or small maritime targets, which are common in gray zone tactics. The design philosophy is not to defeat a major navy head-on, but to exploit geography. The Philippine coastline, defined by narrow straits, reefs, and dispersed islands, favors compact platforms. Large warships are slower to maneuver and easier to track in restricted waters. Meanwhile, a swarm of fast craft can appear suddenly, strike at isolated or overextended vessels, then disappear into the littoral clutter. Compared with Indonesia's larger KCR-60, which carries longer-range missiles but requires deeper water and a more substantial logistics footprint, the Fast Attack Interdiction Craft with missiles enables flexible deployment in shallow straits. Malaysia's new multi-role corvettes, or Vietnam's powerful Molnia missile boats, occupy very different roles, leaning toward traditional surface-to-surface combat in open waters. The Philippine approach stands apart as a tailored doctrine meant for archipelagic defense, rather than fleet-on-fleet engagements. The strategic value of the Fast Attack Interdiction Craft with missiles becomes clearer when placed within the broader arc of Philippine force restructuring. The Philippines is transitioning from a law enforcement-heavy maritime posture to a layered, defense-focused maritime shield. For years, the Philippine Navy lacked a platform that fit between the large Jose Rizal-class frigates and the lightly armed Coast Guard vessels. The new Fast Attack Craft fill this gap. They provide a credible response to incursions that fall short of high-intensity conflict, but exceed what Coast Guard ships can deter. In an era where gray zone coercion is designed to remain below the threshold of war, a fast, missile-armed craft offers the ability to signal intent without escalating to the use of major naval assets. The craft's speed and firepower make them especially useful in three critical maritime corridors: Palawan to Reed Bank, Mindoro Strait, and the Luzon approach to Scarborough Shoal. These areas are narrow, contested, and ideal for mobile littoral platforms. In the Palawan sector, the shallow and fragmented geography allows these vessels to launch missiles from behind island cover, using the terrain as natural shielding. The ability of the Spike NLOS to engage targets beyond the horizon gives the Philippines a form of coastal ambush capability that does not require large missile batteries on land. In a scenario where paramilitary or maritime militia vessels attempt to swarm a contested reef, 3 or 4 fast attack craft operating as a micro task force could quickly intercept, maneuver around the formation, and create separation using speed before delivering precision strikes if necessary. The strategic role of the Fast Attack Interdiction Craft with missiles in supporting Coast Guard operations is equally important. The Philippines increasingly relies on its Coast Guard to take the front line in legal and diplomatic signaling. However, the Coast Guard rarely possesses the firepower to manage serious confrontations and relies on naval forces positioned just behind the visible layer of enforcement. The fast attack craft, able to stay close without appearing escalatory, give Manila the flexibility to apply quiet pressure. Their presence complicates a potential opponent's calculus, especially when that opponent uses unmarked or lightly armed vessels to avoid accountability. As capabilities grow, integration with the Philippine Air Force will become crucial. Aircraft such as the FA-50 can extend the surveillance and strike envelope, identifying surface targets that the Fast Attack Interdiction Craft with missiles can later ambush. A combined maritime air kill chain would be a major leap for the Philippines, creating multiple layers of detection and engagement across the archipelago's vast maritime domain. The vessel sensors can also provide cueing to aircraft, allowing rapid reaction to unexpected incursions. Yet the program faces challenges that must be acknowledged clearly. Funding, under the revised Horizon 3 plan, has not always been dispersed in full, and some acquisitions remain in the conceptual or negotiation phase. Without predictable budgets, the fleet risks delays or reduction in planned numbers. Technical challenges also exist. Operating a missile-armed high-speed craft demands crews with advanced training in fire control systems, sensor fusion, and coastal maneuvering. Maintenance infrastructure must also be expanded. Israeli systems require specialized support, and the Philippines will need to invest in local facilities to avoid long repair cycles. The vessels may also invite political backlash from China, which could interpret the spread of missile-armed boats near contested waters as a shift toward more assertive defense postures. Even with these constraints, the long-term implications of this program are unmistakable. The Fast Attack Interdiction Craft with missiles represents a move toward a distributed maritime defense concept. It complements land-based missile batteries and future submarine programs, forming a 3-layer deterrence structure: mobile coastal strike units, high-end naval combatants, and long-range anti-ship missile systems. In the broader Indo-Pacific context, these vessels also align with the interests of partners such as the United States and Australia. Washington benefits from Manila's ability to secure the Luzon maritime approaches, while Canberra views a more capable Philippine Navy as a stabilizing asset in the regional balance. For Tokyo, the shift allows deeper security engagement without requiring large-scale deployments. For the Philippines, the Fast Attack Interdiction Craft with missiles is part of a larger story: the transformation of a traditionally defensive, heavily Coast Guard-focused maritime posture into a flexible, proactive force. If sustained over the next decade, this fleet will provide the Philippines with the tools to impose risk, respond rapidly, and shape the battle space within its own archipelagic geography. The vessels will not win a naval war against a major power, but that is not their purpose. Their mission is to preserve initiative, delay escalation, and improve the survivability of national assets in the opening hours of any crisis. In a region where every kilometer of coastline matters, speed and precision can provide leverage far greater than tonnage. The Philippine approach to littoral warfare recognizes this reality, and the Fast Attack Interdiction Craft with missiles stands as a central pillar of that evolution.